It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day. The heart of Massachusetts should be freedom, justice, and liberty. Freedom-led pilgrims from Plymouth Bay. Salem trials had justice too late. The sons of liberty spilled the tea, and then the redcoats spilled their blood. The shot heard around the world rang out from the Bay State. Boston strong and ready to defend. It's where revolution started and ends. It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day. Quincy Market, Freedom Trail, Charles River, Boston Harbor, Bunker Hill, Griffin Wharf, Fenway Park, Old North Charge. It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. I think Aiden's still on, so it's going to be a little bit before we get some numbers, we'll say. Isn't that, I'm telling you, I wish I could have write a book. The stuff that guy's been through, like you guys, like he would make these Facebook groups for himself and they'd have like 60, 70, 80,000 people in it. And Facebook would just like poof, gone, taking it. So he'd have to start all over. That's a great question. How many times has he actually started over and over and over again? I know it's got to be at least 4 or 5 times. Yeah. He got the state police, but real good back then too. They were putting in for doing details on the Mass Pike. Like there were like 8 cops, 9 cops who were doing details, but none of them were doing details. They're all just pencil whipping the sheet, saying they were there and they weren't. So they could be working a shift. Shut that up. Oh, Jackie, my goodness. Good morning, Jackie. Thank you so very much. Oh my goodness. Wow. Jackie, thank you so much. I'm very I'm blessed. Jesus, wow. That's incredible. I was just gonna pull something up and she just threw me way off. What do we got? Let me see here. Yeah. What do I want to start with first? What is it? I have something on Sandra Birchmore. Come on. Also, I think we're going to get into the Kelsey thing. I think everyone seems to be getting on board with that one, right? I mean, do we support this lady? I mean, she's a mother, right? She's a police officer, unless I don't know if she's been terminated or she's on leave. I don't know, but she put the uniform on, and when you do that, you're open to being shot just by having that uniform on. And she took that chance, and she protected the people of Amesbury, I think, or wherever it was. Morning, Gail. So You know what? All right. I'm going to get more coffee. In the meantime, everyone hit the like, thumbs up, share this, and get your own coffee, refill, and then we'll sit down and we'll have a frank discussion about Kelsey. And we'll talk about that. Because there's some things that I don't know what. Obviously, her treatment, how she's being treated, is unacceptable. We don't treat people like that. I think we're a little bit better than that. We have the technology to be better people than that. Again, this is what you voted for. Just saying. And the only one that can change it is you. That's right, you and us, but it comes back to you. We all got to actually do something here and make a change in the law or figure something out. There's got to be something. There's got to be a review board. There's got to be something. But right now, there's nothing. And this right here is what we got. You think Kelsey's the only one that's getting it from this judge? Think about that. All right, give me a second. And I just got to tell you guys, Thursday, okay? This Thursday coming up, I have it's a once in a lifetime chance this morning, not this morning, Thursday, to actually do something that 99% of you will never be able to get to experience. I get that shot. It involves a thorough background check. And I can't wait. I'm already excited. I can't tell you. I maybe will tell you down the road. But oh my God, if I can get any type of video, car guys, every car guy out there will be jealous. Put it that way. And it's got nothing to do with cars. It's better. But if you're a car guy, yeah. Real quick, I want to check something. Wow. Wow. Check this out. I got to share this. Boom. 2.41. That's freaking amazing. Good job, dude. I like that. That's awesome. Good for him. Good for him. Ginny, I can't say now, but I won't be here. I'll be long gone. What happened here? Oh, hold on a second. Huh. Why am I black screen there? Oh, that's why. No. Oh, that was weird. Maybe better. We'll see. Um, Danny's doing great. Isn't it good to see him doing great? I'm so happy for him. I like checking on him every once in a while. Pretty cool to see him doing what. I mean, he's getting recognized for what he. I mean, it's about time. That's cool. Um, Pam, thank you very much, Pam. Uh, okay. I can understand that right there. We're better than that, right? We can talk and have a disagreement with somebody, right? We don't have to like that judge. We don't have to agree with her. What we do have to do is realize that what she says goes. That's it. Sweet. That makes me happy right there. Right there. That's what it's all about. I got some pictures I want to show you real quick before we jump into the Kelsey thing. Um, which one is it? There it is. Oh. Check this out, guys. Like, look at that for a second. Let me get out of the freaking picture because I'm ugly here. Um, what's up? Isn't that amazing? See all the stars that are up there? This is Lake Winnipesaukee up in New Hampshire. These are the Northern Lights. Ain't that something? New Hampshire, Lake Winnipesaukee. I love that place. That place is special. And there's another one. It's green. And I love how bright the stars are at the other side of these. It must be how he exposes the film. That one's pretty badass too. So I had to share that with you guys. Couldn't not. That's awesome. I love that place up there. Molten Borough, it's right there. You could have seen it. It's Molten Borough Bay. I fished there. Matter of fact, a friend of mine's going up there, and I just told him where to go. All right. Kelsey. Let's have a talk about Kelsey, okay? Okay. What happened? There's a plethora of errors here. And I got lots of questions that I need answers to, okay? If the police were at Kelsey's house, start right there. Why? Why were the police called there to begin with? 2, if they talked to her and had an interaction with her, what was that about? Did anything upset her, make her mad during that conversation? what was their take? What was her take, right? And then, okay, well, you serve it to them. Here you go. Here's your papers. Stay away. Okay. Why was she outside? Did she agree to go out to the cruiser with them? I don't get this. Did she agree to go downtown and talk about it? Like what was the interaction between her and the police? It wasn't just an RO. An RO is knock knock, hello, here you go, bye bye. What's that about? So the bottom, I don't say the bottom line because it's not even that. So well, I guess here we are, right? Okay, so she was they were taking the baby and giving and handing the baby to the dad. Okay. All right, let me see. Diapers, bottle, bib, Glock, magazine. What? How, how does the gun come out? Who pulled it first? Bingo. Sarah, if she wasn't aggressive, how did the gun come out? Was it defensive in nature? Did the cop pull the gun and she instinctively pull her gun out? She has that's they train you that in the academy. The Gale, I heard the shooting happened outside, which is confusing to me. Oh, I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure of that one. I'm sure. I'm sure there's something there, Ginny. Um, and if it is an RO, she had to surrender her weapon. Good point, right? But when you surrender the weapon, you tell me where it is. I'll go get it. Right. She understands she went inside to get stuff for the baby and put the gun to her head. Right. And up in her bedroom. All right, here we go. He claims she dove behind the door and grabbed her weapon. He says she went from packing clothes to lunging across the room, grabbing a loaded weapon and trying to shoot him, but there was a misfire. Well, I'm not sure if it's a misfire as much as um, if you if you if you can get your hand on the end of a gun and you move the slide, you put it out of battery, which means it will not fire. So if they pulled the gun and she was defenseless, did she jump and try and grab the gun and keep it from shooting by just grabbing the barrel? That's all you got to do is grab the barrel and point it away from you, obviously. Exactly. It's not in Sarah. Yeah, exactly. Okay. I can maybe see that happening right there. But you know what? I mean, if someone's got a gun to their head, why would you shoot them? No, it doesn't work like that, BL. If you grab the gun, if you grab the barrel of a gun, it won't fire. It's called taking it out of battery. Let me try and explain it to you a different way. Um, the slide, the top of the slide. Hold on a second. What the hell was that? I thought I just saw something. Where are you? Maybe not. Okay. Um, I think. Let me share this and show you guys. And don't ever do this. Don't ever do this. Don't. Even though they train us, you still don't ever want to do this. Ever. Ever. That yellow thing in there means that there's no bullet in the chamber and that they can practice with the real weapon, that everyone knows that it's not loaded. So she held the gun at him and he grabbed it, but see how he's grabbing the top of the slide? The minute that moves, just an inch, it will not fire. See how it's sticking out right there at the end? Because you don't get to move it a lot, just enough that the only way for it to fire is if everything's back where it has to be. It won't fire.
Okay, dai. Trail. Okay.
It shouldn't have fired. Yeah, no. Yeah, how's your hand? Yeah, again. No. What kind of gun is that? Now it should fire. Yeah, that's what's messed up. It should not fire after. Not. It shouldn't even fire the first one. As he's holding it, he moves it. He moves it. He should move the slide. Doesn't. That's messed up.
Go.
I don't see her jumping across the bed. Go from packing to jumping across the bed to try and grab a weapon like that. No. I could laugh about that one. Happened in the bedroom. She had a gun to her head after learning the baby was taken from her. There you go. I thought, Donkey, if you put that slide out of battery, it won't fire. Maybe it's just how it's with Glocks. I know if you just grab the slide of a Glock, it won't fire. Were there female officers there? Great question. Great question. I would think that they're mandatory, I think, right? Wow. That's freaking crazy. And you know what's even crazier? You're not going to believe what I have. Hold on a second. Wow. So every town, I think every town has to put their policies and procedures in writing. And the policies and procedures have to be comprehensive to address like all certain things. So for example, question, was there a female officer there? In here, it dictates when you're serving a restraining order, you must do X, Y, Z. Take care of the animals, take care of the kids, take care of the people they take care of, notify them, all that stuff has to be done. Must notify this, must notify that. Who notifies the schools if the kid's involved, right? Ready for this is the like a two from for the most part. It's to everybody from the chief. Subject, policy for law enforcement response to domestic violence. So this is the policies and procedures based on when they were passed in Massachusetts, because this is what they copy. On what you must do when you're dealing with domestic violence. Listen to this. This is letter G. Okay. Arrest any person the officer witnesses or has probable cause to believe has violated a temporary or permanent vacate, restraining, or no contact order or judgment. Pretty much gives you carte blanche to, arrest anybody, throw them in jail. It's about misdemeanors. I mean, like, if you don't follow this to the letter, officers responding to a domestic violence call should conduct thorough investigations, interviewing children, neighbors, and other potential witnesses. Keep in mind that the same standards for probable cause apply to domestic violence offense as for any other crime. So, like, if they didn't follow their policies and procedures, firearms. This is interesting. When a firearm or other weapon is present at the scene of a domestic violence situation, or the responding officers are informed that a firearm or weapon has been involved or may be involved in the dispute, the officer shall, 1, request that the firearm or weapon be placed in their custody temporarily, 2, search for and take custody of the firearm or weapon if one of the parties requests that they do so, 3, search for and take temporary custody of the firearm or weapon to alleviate the threat of serious violence that it poses. 4, determine whether a firearm is lawfully possessed before returning the same. Note, if the officer determines that the weapon cannot be seized, the judge can order the defendant to surrender the guns and license to carry. The chief can revoke such license or firearm to carry. Interesting. And again, if you don't follow this to the letter, you're in trouble. Think about that for a second. Every single aspect of that policy and procedure, including the law itself, you got to know it inside, outside, upside, left side, right side. It's all here. And you're responsible for all that when you put them cuffs on somebody. Think about that for a second. You're responsible for that, taking away their freedom. Can't do that. All right. So, again, if she was turning over the weapon, usually it's the officer that says, "Oh, where is it? I'll get it." Yeah. All right. So I saw this and I thought we should talk about it. This is share it. This is pretty cool. All right. Mass General Trauma Center. Jonathan Parks. It's about Kelsey. To the Honorable Court. I was a trauma surgeon on call when Miss Fitzgibbons was admitted to Mass General Hospital with multiple gunshot-related injuries. Ooh, she got shot more than once. Oh, her documented injuries included gunshot wound to the right hemothorax with retained bullet fragments in the right upper back. Next shot. Moderate right hemorrhagic chest tube. No, that's chest. Right middle and lower lobe pulmonary contusions with active bleeding. Grade 4 hepatrauma with active bleeding from the right. Never heard of that. Hepatic lobe. 12th rib fracture. Oof. 11th rib fracture. That hurts. Wow. I didn't know that. Her treatment included multiple procedures, including chest tube placement, pericontous drainage of the hepatogalactic collection, and ERCP with biliary stent placement. My medical opinion, a fracture on the 12th rib can cause pain that may persist for several months after the injury. Ain't that the freaking truth? The severity and duration of pain following such a fracture vary, and it is difficult to predict how long the symptoms will continue given the patient. Additionally, retained bullet fragments can also cause chronic pain that can be exacerbated by movement, such as deep breathing. Okay. Then we have this. Make that bigger. Why can't that go bigger? example. There we go. There's that. This. Now, I read this and I was just a little bit taken back. Hey, John, how are you, bud? I was a little taken back. Why is that doing that? Reading this. You guys can hear me, right? Yeah? No? Can you guys hear me? Anybody? Yes. There we go. I read this about Sandra and I was a little taken back. This is adding a little bit more to the story. It's not a nice story at all. But let's read it. Ex-Stoughton police supervisor contacted Sandra on the day she died. By Laura Cromaldi, Globe staff, updated September 15th. Former Stoughton Police Deputy Chief Robert Devine was the leader of the department's youth program when Sandra Birchmore participated. Secret disciplinary hearings for a former Stoughton Police Deputy Chief accused of sexual misconduct involving Sandra Birchmore have revealed new details about the last day of her life and unearthed a department controversy that had previously stayed out of public view. The revelations were aired in June during a closed-door adjunctory hearing conducted by the Peace Officers Standards and Training Commission, that's the Post Commission, which is seeking to sanction Robert C. Devine. A pregnant Birchmore, 23, a former participant in a Stoughton Police Youth Program, was found dead in her Canton apartment on February 4th, 2021. Federal prosecutors last year charged former Stoughton Police Detective Matthew Farwell, 39, with her death. He met Birchmore through the youth program, which Devine oversaw. The post allegations against Devine include accusations that he had a sexual encounter with Birchmore while he was on duty in December 2020 and falsely claimed that he didn't exchange electronic messages with her. Devine, 53, is defending himself by claiming Birchmore spread false information about him and accusing investigators of bias. The hearing officer, Kenneth J. Fishman, a retired Superior Court judge, heard testimony in June and July, but has yet to render a decision. The Globe obtained redacted recordings of the June proceedings. The Commission's Division of Police Standards wants to ban Devine, who is now a lawyer, from working in law enforcement, citing a pattern of untruthfulness, abuse of power, and unprofessional conduct. Attorney Sean Martinez, who represents the Commission, revealed during his opening statement that federal prosecutors alleged Devine contacted Birchmore on February 1st, 2021, the day Farwell allegedly strangled her in an evening visit to her apartment. No other details about the communication were included in the redacted recordings. Attorney Robert Stowe, who represents Devine, said during the hearing that the case against his client is a big lie. State authorities initially ruled Birchmore killed herself. Federal prosecutors allege Farwell killed Birchmore to cover up a sexual relationship they had been having that began when she was a minor. He has pleaded not guilty and is the only person to face criminal charges. A pretrial conference is scheduled for next month. Birchmore met Farwell and his twin brother William through the Stoughton Police Explorers program, which she joined at age 12. The Farwells had also participated in the program under Divine's leadership when they were teenagers, and Divine later enlisted them as volunteer instructors. A lawsuit brought by Birchmore's estate alleges Divine and William Farwell had sexual conduct with her when she was an adult. Divine denies the accusations. He retired from the Stoughton force in 2022 during an internal investigation into his interactions with Birchmore and is no longer certified to work in law enforcement. The investigating officer is trying to present a lie that has been perpetrated by Birchmore at the behest of the encouragement of William Farwell. Stowe said during the June 5th hearing, "The lie is there. It's glaring, but nobody's seen it." Stowe didn't elaborate on that assertion in footage included in the redacted recordings. Attorney Steve Murillo, who represents Birchmore's estate, said the claim doesn't make sense and hasn't been raised in the civil case. William Farwell entered into an agreement last September with the commission to relinquish his law enforcement certification. The agency had alleged he exchanged sexually graphic text messages and videos with Birchmore between April and December of 2020. Records show he didn't respond to a request for comment. Stoughton Chief Donna McNamara and her former deputy Brian Holmes were the only witness to testify during Divine's proceedings in June. Holmes, who is now the police chief in Kingston, led a Stoughton internal affairs investigation concerning Birchmore. The investigation found that Divine used the alias Marty Riggs, a character in the Lethal Weapon franchise, to communicate with Birchmore on Facebook, which he disputes. As part of his defense, Divine provided internal investigators with documentation showing he's been targeted by hackers, Stowe said. I wonder if Garino gave it to him. I'm going to take a second and look at the chat. Joey Kane with the membership. Thank you, bud. Wow. There's all sorts of stuff. He was texting with her and communicating with her, and then I don't know, why would he do that? That's just ridiculous. All right. During the hearing, Stowe questioned Holmes and McNamara about their relationship with Divine. Stowe also whoa. During the hearing, Stowe questioned Holmes and McNamara about their relationships with Divine. Stowe also inquired about an incident in which Holmes retrieved a note written in crayon from his department mailbox, which read, "Revenge is a meal best served cold." The testimony linked the note to a 2006 visit to the police station by Divine's 8-year-old daughter, who was using crayons. The girl's visit occurred soon after Divine had returned to duty following his demotion from deputy chief to patrol officer and a 60-day unpaid suspension. The sanctions were triggered by internal affairs investigation, which found Divine directed a subordinate to look into harassing messages he was receiving as he attempted to end an extramarital affair. In that case, Divine also claimed he was targeted by hackers. McNamara testified she directed the lieutenant to investigate the note. Do you recall that his 8-year-old daughter was given a trespass notice saying she couldn't come near the police station? Stowe asked McNamara. She said that girl wasn't allowed in the station without my authorization. Okay. Wow, dropping the hammer on an 8-year-old, giving an 8-year-old a trespass notice. They shoot Kelsey for a temporary restraining order, and John O'Keefe's on the sidewalk, and no one seems to care. Okay. And they're dropping the hammer on an 8-year-old on top of that. During Holmes' testimony, he said he and Devine had been friends earlier in their careers, but he distanced himself from Devine in about 2011. He gave several reasons for his decision, including concerns that Devine's interactions with an adult who had previously participated in the Explorers program were getting way too cozy. The former explorer was not Birchmore, Holmes said, through his response to a question about the timing of Devine's interaction with the former explorer was redacted. So there's more out there. Imagine that. Holmes testified that he wasn't biased against Devine, but anticipated that Devine would make that allegation and recused himself from interviewing him during the internal affairs probe. Also, according to testimony, an examination of Birchmore's electronic communications revealed Devine's interaction to her, raising the possibility that Matthew Farwell had fathered her unborn child. The response was something along the lines of, "You shouldn't be talking to me about this. You shouldn't be talking to anybody about this," Holmes testified. DNA testing has excluded Matthew Farwell as the father of Birchmore's unborn baby, and it's unclear if authorities have made a determination about paternity. Post was established in 2020 amid a state police reform effort that followed the killing of George Floyd by a police officer in Minneapolis. It certifies officers, investigates misconducts, and sets training standards. Law enforcement officers in Massachusetts must be certified by the commission to work. Fishman, the hearing officer, closed the proceedings, but later authorized the release of recordings. The Globe obtained redacted recordings of the June proceedings from attorney Howard Friedman, a civil rights lawyer who got them through a public records request. The Globe requested a copy in July, but the commission has yet to provide them. So the Post Commission was created because they killed George Floyd out in Minneapolis. And even that commission is broken. So we need to start voting whoever's on the Post Commission, right? Whoever's on the Post Commission, we need to figure that out and figure out how you get on the Post Commission. Is it a vote? Is it the governor put you on there? Is it that? Mike's fighting cancer right now, everybody. I want to do a show for Mike, but I don't, because I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be. How do I put it? He's all right. He's gonna be okay. And I don't want it to turn into something like, something that it ain't. He needs prayers. He needs a lot of prayers. And I know a lot of you have something that you want to say to him. I don't think we should be talking about it right yet. The timing isn't right, I don't think. But I just forgot what I was going to say. Um, oh, so Thursday, guys, I gotta leave here early, and I don't know what time I'm gonna be done, but it may be quicker for me to go into Boston because on Thursday they're doing a vigil for Charlie Kirk. I don't know if you guys know about it, but a friend of mine is organizing like just a peaceful protest type of a thing. Let me try and pull him up. Pull it up so you guys can find out. It's for a good cause. So I think I think I'm gonna try and head here. Let me share this. This is my buddy. Thank you to Kuna Report for sharing our upcoming vigil in honor of Charlie Kirk's memory. We'll gather at the Boston Common on September 18th, 2025, to stand together in remembrance to carry the mission forward. The mission Charlie dedicated his life to.
Today, this Thursday, September 18th, from 7 p.m. This is going to start in the evening at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. A prayer vigil for Charlie Kirk this Thursday. It is going to be at the Boston Commons, the gazebos. So that's on 139 Tremont Street. So basically right very close to the Massachusetts State House. Okay, we've often held rallies right around that area, so most of you know where it is. So it's going to be at the Boston Common, right near the Mass State House, this Thursday, September 18, starting at 7 p.m. It's going to go for 3 hours until 10 p.m. And I hope as many of you can attend as possible. And please be peaceful, be nonviolent. We're there to honor Charlie and everything that he stood for.
And there you go. So that is my plan on Thursday, everybody. Not sure if you guys want to tag along, but I can make that happen. So, all right, everybody. I have another doctor's appointment today. Shocking. And can we all just please say a prayer for Mikey? I know you all love him. Yeah. Sweet. And again, for everybody that I met at the theater, I will say that you guys are hands down the best supporters out of any channel that's out there on the freaking internet. Every single person that's come up to me has specifically told me X, Y, and Z. And they all say the same thing. So, but we're trying to do something right. And I think those people see it, you know, and to meet all you awesome, amazing people, it's overwhelming. First off, you know, you're just great, you know. And it's nice to see that we still have we can still do this. And Aiden's stuff's coming up, and that Mega Motion's coming out today too. I was hoping it would drop first thing this morning. We could go over it. Let me check X real quick and make sure it hasn't dropped out. Sean McDonough back in the freaking can't with that guy. Oh yeah, I saw this. What? All right, check this out. This is crazy. All right. Breaking. More scandal in Norfolk County law enforcement. Say it ain't so. You may remember Sheriff McDermott. He defeated Sheriff McDermott in 2022. His top deputy was Tom Brady. No, not the Tom Brady, but a different GOAT. Greediest of all time. Recently indicted by the feds. The indicted Norfolk County Tom Brady's brother-in-law is Brian Walsh. No, not the Brian Walsh, the alleged wife dismembered most infamous inmate in Sheriff McDermott's jail. The other Brian Walsh, the other Tom Brady's brother-in-law, is a judge in Norfolk County because, of course, he is. Forget it, Jake. It's Norfolk County. Meatball Morrissey cannot be reached for comment. Norfolk Sheriff tapped campaign to help personal business future. Oops. It's going to be a paywall. Yeah, no it. Yeah, he's using his campaign funds for his own personal type of slush fund. Mr. Morrissey wouldn't happen to be doing something like that, would he? No. Oh my God. All right, what's this? Let's check this out.
Karen, why'd you hook Aiden Kearney up with the FBI?
All right, let's back up here. This is Grant. Okay. There's Aiden. All right. I think this is when maybe he knocked me down prior, but if you notice how Grant's just kind of like a bull in a china shop, he just like rah, he's just running. He just goes forward. Yeah, let's watch Grant. You ready? And this is Karen in the shoes here.
Karen, why'd you go back to Fairview before going to Jen McCabe's? Karen, why'd you hook Aiden Kearney up with the FBI? Well, that was Mr. Yannetti, wasn't it, Karen? Don't poke me.
Karen, keep going.
That's me right down there.
Keep going.
Oh, she took a different way. Oh, my dear God, he fell. Richie, are you okay? Gonna take the plea, Karen?
I'm sorry, it was Liza.
Do it.
Oh,
Karen, why'd you go back to Fairview before?
all right, enough of that, Grant. This is so much. All right. Kelly Diva gone, which we knew, guys, right? I mean, come on, we all knew that. All right. I don't want to read this, but I'm going to have to. Lindsay, you are a fucking liar if you think you are making me believe this bullshit. You are out of your damn mind. You failed a test because you are a dirty, nasty pig and don't give a fuck about your kids. No one called DCF on you. You already had an open case and your baby was born addicted. Whoa, not my problem. You're a piece of shit and a drug addict. You should probably go to detox and worry about getting clean. Your kids are probably better off without you, and I would bet my life that baby isn't even blank. You're gross. Don't ever mess with me again, you trash bag. I'm a mother to my babies. I don't have time for this white trash scrubs like yourself. All right. Wow. Someone's not happy with Lindsay. I've never sent that to her. I'm kind of impressed with the verbiage. What else? What else? What else? Horror on the bus. MBTA transit police are hunting a woman caught on video shoving an elderly rider off a Boston bus. The victim hit the ground hard, suffered broken bones, and was left badly hurt. The video below. Oh my. Wow. You're not gonna let me see the video, people? What's up? I don't want to listen to it. I'm gonna watch the stupid video. All right, we're going back. I want to see it. Here it is here.
Don't get this woman, bro!
Oh!
Don't get this woman, bro!
Oh!
I don't get it, man. What the frig? You're supposed to help people. I don't. What? A 41-year-old girl from Middleborough is missing? Oh, good morning, Peppa. I hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good weekend. A 41-year-old girl from Middleborough. Missing. Let me just check that out here. I mean, is there something that like she ran away maybe? No, no. I don't see it. Wow. You know, we still haven't got to the bottom of the smiley face killers, people. You know that, right? Smiley face killers are still out there. And let me Yep. Yep. I agree with that. Here it is. Let me pull this up. This is a good one. Here we go. All right. And this is how it opens up. Okay, let me share this. Anna Templeton, people. Anna Templeton. You ready for this?
Boston has a problem that no one wants to discuss. Young men vanishing, disappearing into thin air after a night out. Healthy, happy, promising lives just taken away. Days later, their bodies are found floating in rivers. Always the same story and always the same excuses. They slipped. It was an accident. It was just bad luck. But how many accidents does it take before people start asking another question? Could there be a predator in Boston hunting these young men? Because the truth is, there is patterns. There is chilling similarities in circumstances. And if you believe the official explanations for every single one of these cases, then you're not looking close enough. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel.
So that's how it started. That's how that whole thing starts. And she's pretty good about it. And it's everything that we've already spoken about. I mean, we know that there's somebody or some group or something out there doing something to these people, because there's no way seriously. He lives in fucking Denmark. Good luck with that one. I don't know how the international laws go, but I'm pretty sure he's all right over there. Wow. Oh my God, I can't with these people. I got nothing. I can't. Poor Baker. I don't think he don't deserve none of this. That's just no. But hey, depositions ought to be fun to listen to, huh? People have no idea. So, all right, I have to get ready for the doctors. All right, everybody. You all have a wonderful day. And maybe we'll come back tomorrow. I don't know about Thursday because I don't want to make a promise that maybe after I'll be able to talk about it. Maybe I won't be able to. I don't know. Amy Nautilus, she's 41 from middle, last seen in Wareham. Boyfriend Edward Peoples. Oh, is that the one with the hair? He had the hair and he was all, yeah, he's good like that. I like Baker. Wow. Really, Megan? That's wrong. That's wrong. Oh my. Well, that's suspicious. Oh my goodness. Megan, if you can get anything to me about that, we can talk about that tomorrow. I mean, I'm going through Middleborough to go to my doctor's. So if you have an address, I can maybe at least swing by and say that's where they lived and this is where something I can get some footage for you guys. Huh. And Middleborough's huge. Yeah, understandable too. Understandable. Oh, that one? Or that one? Yeah. Brian Hale, my guy. Brian's awesome. He takes great photos too. Yeah. All right, guys. I gotta go. I have to get going. So you all have a wonderful day. And Megan, CPUTOM. If you can get anything to CPU Tom, definitely talk about it. Yeah. Hi, Renee. Good morning. Donkey. All right, everybody. We will talk tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Everyone stay safe. Prayers for Mikey.
Cold mornings, cracked pavement, courthouse steps. He's there before sunrise while the world still rests. No cameras needed, no spotlight glare. Just a man with a purpose, always standing there. Facing the crowd, but the fight in his veins. Truth in his hands, pushing through the rain. Karen sees him, she knows what it means when you've got boots on the ground and you fight for your dreams. Boots on the ground, day after day, standing for truth in the hardest way. No fame, no glory, just a promise kept. Tom CPU, you never left. He don't ask for credit, don't ask for praise. Just fight in the good fight in 1,000 ways. When the cameras fade and the voices die, he's still right there, never asking why. He's got a handshake that you can trust, eyes that don't blink when it comes to us. Karen smiles because she knows it's true. She's got a soldier and his name's CPU. Boots on the ground, day after day, standing for truth in the hardest way. No fame, no glory, just a promise kept. Tom CPU, you never left. When the courthouse is empty and the crowd's gone home, Tom's still walking, he's never alone. 1,000 steps, a million prayers, because justice don't sleep and neither does he care.